Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. This is Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Now, I've actually already Let's Played this game on my channel, however that was years ago. The quality was not great, and I don't have that save file anymore. Now, there's been a couple times where I just tried to redo the file real quick and then start into Dragon Age 2 instead of redoing this Let's Play, but this is one that I think I want to redo. Plus, there's additional stuff that I can do now, such as the DLC areas, such as Witch Hunt, Dark... I don't think I'll do Darkspawn Chronicles, but Liliana's Song, and the entire Awakening expansion, essentially. So, I've been wanting to get back to this for a hot minute, and now that Veilguard officially has a release date, now is as good as time as any. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and make a character.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. Even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Alright. So, I think for this playthrough, I've decided I want to do a castless rogue dwarf demon. Dwarf commoner, born castless in the land where rank is everything, bound as the lackey and thug of a local crime lord, you have spent your life invisible, until chance thrusts you into the spotlight, where you can finally prove whether you will be defined by your actions or your birth. I think that is accurate. I bounce back between noble and commoner, but I don't think I've ever done the castless opening, so I think it's worth a shot.
Greetings.
No, I'm not going to bore you with character creation, so I'll see you here in a minute. Alright, I think that's good. We have Talia Broska, the rogue castless dwarf. I think, off the bat, for rogues, it's mostly dexterity and cunning. I think I'll get you both up to 17 on that. Now, I do like coercion, excuse me. However, there are certain combat abilities I like early on. I think I'm going to do an archer build. And if that's the case, I'll need combat training. I'll probably level up before that happens, so I at least want to get a point into there real quick. Now then, I definitely need lockpicking and stealth. Well, maybe not stealth. I don't know. I'll have it just in case. And we'll do this in normal. I'm still no good at, like, hard or nightmare. I could probably manage it in hard, actually, but definitely not nightmare.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the two remaining dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Barat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Barat. I don't want to do this in front of my sister.
Why not? She knows the slope of the land, don't you, girl?
He's right, whatever it takes to get out of the cesspool. Didn't I tell you not to talk that way to my sister? We owe you everything, Barat. We won't let you down. Don't worry, she'll find a man who she'll answer to me. Didn't I tell you not to talk that way to my sister?
You told me a lot of things, not one of which meant more than a fart in the middens. Before me, your sister was just another duster. Now check her out. Braids down to here, gold cap teeth. She can recite elf poetry and play the string harp. Every man's dream. All she's gotta do is find a lord, squeeze out some kid who looks like him, and we're all living the easy life in the Diamond Quarter.
Please, don't get involved. You know that never goes well.
Right, whatever it takes to get out of this cesspool, I don't let see him treating you this way. How much more does he think you can do? I don't like to see him treating you that way.
I'll treat her however I like, as long as you both eat off my plate. You keep your head down and say aye to any job I decide is low enough for scum like you. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brat. Then you both go free, and I get to join the family and be called my lord for the rest of the little prince's life.
We've kept our part of the deal.
Well, unless I start seeing results, we're going to renegotiate. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
So get off her back and tell me my job.
Your buddy Lesky's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now. And I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I don't like this guy already.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
I can't stand the way he treats us.
Just be careful about showing him. You've been lucky so far. He thinks it's funny when you and Lesky get vulgar. Some of the nobles I've met, they'd as soon have your head for speaking your mind. That's why I didn't tell you. Barat's been warning me ever since 2 of his other girls found patrons at Lord Harrowmont's reception. They've been getting gifts already. Lord Rooston gave Elsie a surface silk gown and she's not even pregnant. Barat's getting impatient.
I just wish we didn't have to accept that cave tick.
You know the other options. Cleaning middens, begging, going to the surface. No. Unless you find a way to save us all from Darkspawn and become a paragon. We're pretty much on Barat's leash for life.
I don't know why I can't join the army and fight Darkspawn. Someone like me could never actually be a paragon. It's not fair that Barat gets to push us around.
Money gives him power. He's got family on the surface, which means he can smuggle up lyrium and smithcrafts, and bring down silks, wines, and furs. And he played it smart. When he started expanding, he made sure it was only the casteless he shook down for protection, so the guardsmen didn't care.
So why does Barat care about hustling you to some noble?
As far as the nobles are concerned, he still stinks of Dust Town. He's got money now, but you can't buy caste, you know? No noblewoman would risk a dalliance with him. His only chance to join a noble family is to claim kinship with the concubine who bears a noble son. And that's what he wants more than anything. Don't you? Imagine what it would be like not to have people look at us like we're sewer sludge. To think our lives are worth something.
Yet you tell me I can become... Yet you tell me I can become a paragon.
It wouldn't be the first time. Garelon the Blood Risen was born casteless, you know, before he went to the surface. And he came back and won the throne. Many paragons have humble origins. All that matters is that the Assembly recognizes their achievements. And once they get that vote, they found their own house, and are as noble as if the ancestors themselves had made it so.
Imagine founding our own house.
So what are you standing around here for? Go do something great.
I don't know why I can't join the army and fight Darkspawn.
It's sheer folly. One more way the nobles protect their status. They say casteless soldiers are more danger to each other than to Darkspawn. That it's an insult to the smith to let us touch a fine-made weapon. Truly, they just don't wish to insult the warrior caste by showing that given the same opportunities, we could lead an army just as well.
Haven't the Darkspawn almost overrun the current troops? That's true. We saw that in the opening cutscene.
Every year, more of the beasts come up from the deep roads. I've heard they've even been harrying the surface.
Well, that is foreboding. Anyone doing anything about it?
Aye. They would even turn to humans for aid before us, it seems. There's been talk of an alliance against the Darkspawn. Even that the Grey Wardens have stepped up. But we don't have time for this now. Lesky must be waiting, and Barat won't like it if I'm late for my appointment.
Barat expects too much from you.
You know how desperate the nobles are for more children. They can barely field enough soldiers to hold the walls against the Darkspawn. If I could give one of them a son, the whole house would celebrate. And we'd all be raised up to noble caste to join the family. It's what Barat's betting on. That's why he paid for my clothes, my voice lessons. He wants to share the reward.
You say there was a noble who was interested?
Yes. That is, I hope. He certainly seems charming. He treats me like a real lady, not just someone to tumble and forget.
Who is he?
I don't want to say, in case I'm wrong. It just seems too mad to think of one of the most important men in Orzammar with someone like me. Anyway, time is rusting and I need to get dressed. These fashions will be the death of me. 100 buttons on each sleeve. And Lesky's probably already outside waiting for you.
You're right. Goodbye.
Stay out of trouble. I'll see you tonight.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. And let me just push you across the bottom there. You there. You there. And you who can stay right. In fact, I'll move stealth just in case. Alright, so there's a couple things to point out before we get started. One, I have installed a handful of mods. Specifically, I got rid of the... I installed the No Helm mod. And I've also installed a couple of aesthetic mods, so things to make the characters look better, the environments. I think one was like improved atmosphere. Yeah, I think it's called the improved atmosphere mod. And then there was like the Dragon Age Origins revamped, which is basically just a graphics overhaul. Admittedly, it's been long enough that looking at it right now, I couldn't tell you if it's active. So there's that. But yeah, installed a handful of those. I've also installed a mod for an extra dog slot, because in Dragon Age 2, you can actually call your Mabari Hound at any point in time. So I've installed basically the equivalent of that, to where you get an extra companion slot for the dog, so it can come along with you throughout the game. Let's see. I've also installed a mod that imports Dragon Age 2 models of specific characters into the game, because like Flemeth and Isabel both look extremely different in Dragon Age 2 compared to what they look like in Dragon Age Origins. So that's kind of just to make them match a little bit. Other than that, there's nothing too huge being installed, so it shouldn't change the overall gameplay by any means. Alright. Chest, open. Chest, why won't you open? There we go. So I have an axe and a dagger. Is the dagger better than the axe? No, it is not, so I'm going to keep that. Also, because I have all the DLC, I'm going to have specific armors and stuff that I think I didn't have for my first playthrough. I'm wanting to say I did not have the Ultimate Edition when I first played this. I only had the base game. I can't remember, though. Hello? Holla?
Who's that? Why are you bothering me? Rika?
No? It's Talia.
Don't you talk to me like I'm an idiot! You think I don't know my own kid? What are you doing here, anyway? Rika said you were finally making something useful of yourself.
I am? I would like to think I'm a pretty well-refined rogue. By useful, you mean cracking skulls for a smuggler?
What? You thought you'd get a seat on the assembly? Do what you're good for. Get your head in the smoke. Your father was like that, too.
At least you managed to get out of here. You're wrong and going to make something of my life. Doesn't it bother you that Rika has to hold herself out? You're wrong, I'm going to make something of my life.
You can try, but you'll never get it off you. Dust Town, it sticks to the skin. You don't bleed red enough for them, and nothing's gonna change that. All you can do is find some way to forget.
Oh, you're charming. Up we go. You must be
About
nice.
sodding time. I was starting to think I'd have to bust in and get an eyeful of that spicy sister of yours. Growl.
Horny, got it. I'll shape it. Haven't I told you never to talk about my sister that way?
You're just jealous because you want the majesty of Lesky for yourself, you shameless hussy. What do you say?
When I saw your majesty, the scepter was a little soft. Just tell me why Barat sent you. You like Riku because she can't break you with one hand. When I saw your majesty, the scepter was a little soft. Yeah, we're
Kinda
sarcastic.
hoped you'd forgotten that. But as much as I'd love to keep chatting, we better get down to business.
Right, what's the story? Oh, I was hoping our mission was me making fun of you.
No such luck. Boss says we're out for a search and discipline. One of his smugglers is holding out on him. Name's Oskias, some surfacer. Barat got word that he's been selling shipments topside that never make it to Barat's ears down here. He wants us to find the rotter and see what goods he's holding back.
Okay, what goods are we trying to find?
You know, gold, lyrium, spices. Anything that Barat might cut someone's head off to get.
Alright. Any idea where this Oskias is?
All he told me is find him. Duster's got some family from the merchant caste. He's probably staying near their quarters.
Alright, and what do we do with him if he's been holding out on Barat?
Well, if he is skimming, we kill him, of course. I mean, Barat doesn't let anyone swindle him and live. Bringing his head on a plate is completely optional, though.
Alright. Fine, but let's at least find out what he's done.
Whatever lets you sleep at night, my friend.
Well, I don't senselessly kill people, that's for sure. I do what I gotta do to live, but, you know. Something tells me Barat's not the type to go ahead and, fulfill his promises either. Hello, beggar.
You looking for a place to sleep? There's a vent behind Yavasts. You don't mind if you use it.
I can work. Anything you want. My back's still strong.
Hey, gorgeous. You looking for something to keep you warm tonight? Hey, gorgeous. You looking for something warm tonight?
I saw Prince Balin yesterday. He wore violet silk and he smelled like fresh water. He smiled at me.
Fancy. Lucky you. Yeah. I have been a bit apprehensive. I tried finding a mod that fixed the proportions of dwarves, because they have just ridiculously long arms in comparison to the rest of their body. But I couldn't find one that I liked, so, you get Longard and McGee's over here. They fixed it in Dragon Age 2 in Inquisition, though. Golionar? We'll come back to you.
Please. I just need a bed. Somewhere to sleep. Fire.
Oh, Orzalar Guard.
I wonder if the surface is so bad. I hear there's no ceiling. The air just goes on forever.
Stand back! I don't want to catch your diseases.
Rude. Though I suppose Talia would be used to it.
Who the dust do you think you are? I don't need no sodding help from some jumped-up face-brand Carta thug.
I wonder if the
Spare
surface
silver.
is so bad.
My boy needs medicine.
I hear there's
The
no
docs say he
ceiling.
won't wake without it.
Goes on forever.
Don't look at me like that. I was beautiful once.
Well, alright. I won't spin a silver. Not that I think I have one. No, I had 10. Well, you're not getting a silver today. I tried. No, I don't want to leave quite yet. There was someone else to talk to. Alright. Golena.
2 bits for the needy.
Needy? Who do you think you're looking at, old man? I don't have time for this cry. All I can spare is 1.
Oh. Well, what are you staring at? It's 1 sodding copper bit. You want me to sing your praises?
You have something to give me for my money? Well, if you could. Fine, here's 2 bits. Happy?
Yes, sir. Pleasure, sir.
You don't happen to know anything about a man named Huskius, do you?
Is that what you're looking for? That's worth 10 bits, no?
Hey, tell me, or your body might end up blocking a mine shaft. Forget it. If you can find him, I can dig him up myself. Find 10 bits, and you tell me everything you know.
Pleasure working with you, sir. I seen your man at Tapster's. I was waiting out back, but they wouldn't tip me the dregs off the ale barrel. Said it was going to compost. But I saw another Brad there with his surface money, and they served him. Called him Ascaius, sir. Pah.
Did you see what he had on him?
You think I got that close? Tavern keepers, they know all I have to pay with is dirt. Now get out of here, you're scaring off the other pockets. Alms! Alms for the poor.
Fair enough. Now we can leave. At least we have a tip to go over to Tapster's. That's as good a start as any.